Hello. Today we'll be doing a modification on an SPB143, also known as a Seiko 62 mass homage. This is a replica, a 40mm case that is sold by $1 on AliExpress and a couple of other stores. I'll include some links in the description. The thickness of the watch is the only drawback. The rest is very high craftsmanship, high quality of execution. The lines, transition lines between the brushing and polishing, the bezel action especially is very precise, nice, good feel, good sound. I do not know, I haven't taken the bezel off, so I don't know if it's a spring, click spring, or a click ring. Yeah, the difference. For example, this has a spring in it, not a ring. Moves differently, has a bit more play, but I guess that's all relative to how it's constructed. Now this is made up of a bunch of different parts. This is a San Martin adjustable clasp, on the fly adjust, so called. I'm very fond of this clasp. There's a few iterations of this. Zelos had one that's a significantly bulkier. I would say San Martin, which now Proxima are also using this exact same clasp. This probably is the best execution of an adjustable clasp on AliExpress, I guess I should specify. These two screws, if they can be somehow, and they're on both sides, if this can be done away with, then this clasp would have no flaws at all. It's a very nice clasp. The bracelet, and as you can see, it's a female end link bracelet, and I found this to be the best 62 mass bracelet on the market. Again, this is subjective, but because of this ridge right here, or for example the Uncle Seiko bracelet, if you pay attention to how this section is flat from here to here. There is no raised section on an Uncle Seiko strap, and that leaves the this edge exposed, where I don't really like the way it looks. This fills it up better, the Tokeilab, and the fit is extremely snug. There is absolutely no movement. And by the way, this case comes with drilled lugs, and it takes the thick, stubby Seiko spring bars. Very happy with this case overall, the build. Currently I have a fully lumed dial in there with a black, also well lumed minute and hour and second hands. But I think this watch can look much better with this dial. Again, I will link a link below. Now I'm not sure how it, yeah, the colors are quite realistic on camera. The way I'm looking at the screen, the colors show. It's a sunburst style. It transitions to fully black on the outer edge and is, I don't know, sea blue, ocean blue in the middle. And that's the text. It has blue lume. This comes from all of these parts come from AliExpress. This is from, again, I'll leave a link below. And the handset, by the way, the same company makes this dial, and they make hundreds of very nice dials. It's also blue lume. And the handset we will be using is this one. It's for an SBDX001 Marine Master 001. Why I like this, and this is green loom, so there will be a contrast that I'm not really happy about. During daylight this is yellowish and this is white, the indices, but at night this will glow blue and the handset will glow green, so it'll be a nice contrast, I hope. Otherwise I do have the blue loom handset, but it is Mercedes handset, you know, the Rolex replica handset, and I don't, from AliExpress I found that the blue loom doesn't last as long as the green loom, and for that reason I do prefer to get for the handset I do prefer green loom. It's just more durable, and for a tool watch serves a better purpose at nighttime, and for a dive watch especially. The NH35A movement that I'll be using to replace this, because I don't want to take this apart for one. I may use it in a different watch or just leave it as is for now, but the date ring on this is also lumed. The one I have in here is not, it's just a standard NH35. So this will have a lumed date wheel, the build that we'll be doing. So without further ado, let's start building. Move all this away. So first I need to take this apart. And as I said, this is a very snug fit, but these drilled lugs are the best for strap changes, as you know, if you're a watch enthusiast. So by the way, this combination I built out of a San Martin beads of rice bracelet. I took this clasp off of that and put it on the Tokeilab bracelet. I'm searching now. Here we go. From this one. So I transferred basically. They are compatible. So I transferred from this bracelet and clasp. Transferred the clasp from this bracelet to here and the clasp from here to here. That's the result. So this I will be using it, and this is the most comfortable bracelet that you could have. These beads of rice by San Martin. Very comfortable bracelet. Now these are just your basic straight edge and end links, and I would have preferred obviously something, it would be ideal if they make it for a 62 mass, and this part is what I was talking about, the Uncle Seiko strap for 62 mass. It has in this section, it shows, and it just looks odd. Also, I don't really like this watch on a rubber band again, because of this flat part shows and it just looks out of place and awkward. That's why I preferred the Tokeilab end links, these ones, because of this raised ridge. This covers exactly that round part. And by the way, this is true to the original dimensions, so the Tokeilab will fit perfectly on an original Seiko SPB143 62 mass, original 62 mass. Okay, so now then let's put this aside. The watch case was originally 14 mil thick, 14 millimeters, and I ground down the back case about by half a millimeter. Doesn't really give a significant difference, but still worth mentioning. Now Heimdallar or whoever makes these cases also make they make actually 3 varieties. I have 2 on hand, so this is one and that's the other. This looks yellow on the photos on AliExpress, but it's quite orange in real life, and it's difficult to select a I guess you have to, for this bezel, you have to go with the 62 mass hands, where the minute hand is of orange color, and I believe they're usually all black, the handset. But the difference is the hour hand is your regular lume, and then the minute hand has this orange lume, and I guess it would play along with that. So same exact dimensions, same exact thing. This is the original case back, and it is huge. Now this watch definitely seems like it would have a 200 meter water resistance. It has a very thick case back as well, good protection, double protection on the crown. So I felt quite safe grinding this down half a millimeter, and that's the difference that it gives. These are the exact same watches. This is just DLC coated black, and this is your stainless steel. We'll do this build later. So when I was building this, I remember that the NH35 fit in here extremely snugly, very snugly. Use this. This is weak. Let's use this. Leverage. That's what you need. So I will want to take out this ring, the O-ring, put it over here, set that aside, and put a hood over it to protect it from dust. There we go. That's said and done. Now I need to get this movement out. I really don't know how to do that. Maybe I'll just try to. First we need to remove the stem, the winding stem. The stem is out. We'll reuse that, obviously, because it is sized up, so we don't need to cut the new stem that came with the NH35 movement. We'll save that. Here comes the challenge now, getting this thing out. Not that challenging, was it? Well, quite happy with how that came out. Now I gotta be careful. let's put this in. Rotate and put it in here. Okay, now we hack the movement, and let's place this movement away, protected. So we put that down, then on top of that another layer and another layer to protect those hands, the handset, and that goes into the drawer. I need to take this out. Actually, let's prepare before we get that out. So let's prepare the dial, and by prepare I mean snip off the excess. There's 2 on each side, and we only need 1 on each side of pegs or legs, whatever you choose to call them. These guys, putting them on, that wasn't good, because if you leave any residue on your watch dial, it's quite difficult to clean it off. And I've made the mistake of using some, alcohol, cleaning alcohol, and it takes off the paint. Very, very disappointing. That's how I spoiled this Proxima dial, and then I spray painted it over and spoiled it further by spraying some of the indices. But I'll show a review and mod on this watch later. Now we're all gloved up. Comes off. So there's one hole here and another one here where these pegs need to go in. So these two. There's 2 legs, as you can see, on each side. We only need 1 on each, so we need to align. Okay, so that is extra. I need to snip that off. You need to try to do this as flush as possible. And this is very soft metal. It's copper, I think. Some sort of copper. And this should be flush, and if it's not, then you should file it or send it down. We have that quite flush. And so, and this should be the other extra to take off, but always check before cutting, because you can never fix that once you cut it. Nope, I was wrong. It's actually the other one. That goes there. That goes there. Yep. So let me try to show you. You see, it's this one on the left that I need to cut. So as I said, never be too sure. Always double check. So the one on the left, this one. Now, often these legs require some correction because they may be bent to one side or the other.
These look okay actually, not bad. Well, maybe this one needs just a bit of correction. So let's now try to put it on. You see, that leg doesn't want to go in. I don't want to force it, so we'll take the dial off. Have a look at this leg. Yep, you see, this way it is not correct, and you gotta be very exact here. It's a bit bent down, if you can see, and that's why it wasn't going in. You see where the peg is bent down just a little bit. You have to be very careful with these pegs because they can break off. Looks a little bit better. Okay, let me do this off camera again. I can't really see what I'm doing through the camera. You shouldn't really do this with fingers. It's easier to use a good flat nose. Okay, I think I got it now. Okay, that went in. You don't want it loose either. You want it well. So I think we'll leave it at that. So let's now find the date change so we can attach the handset. Okay. Bam, and that's your 12 o'clock. So as you will see, these are quite nice handset. Got it on AliExpress again. As I said, everything here is from AliExpress. The hour hand is the easiest to set because it is the largest. The hole for the hour hand, these two. I had the press thing, I will have it still. You know, the one that presses the hands down. It's a fixed tool, but I found the freehand much better than using that tool. The first handset, the hour, doesn't have to be that exact because it is an H35, so the switching point can be a little here and there, but then you want to set your minute hand very accurately and exact. Okay, let's first have a look at and switch. Yep. Oh, that came out good. Yes. You see, I'm now noticing this, something is off. I don't think it's the headset, because if you lay the handset correct to the 12 o'clock mark, then it doesn't really match the lower side, you see. And that's your AliExpress, I guess. Let's look at what you said it here. Okay, let's set the minute hand now. Slight correction on the overhand. I need to push the front side a bit more. Push it down. It's a bit raised, and that was too much. Touching. It's not. The 12 o'clock indices, it comes down toward the tip of the overhand, almost touches, but it doesn't. Okay. And then we can now set the minute hand. Now we use the other side, which is red. Put that on. Sorry about shading the work. I can't really do otherwise, obviously. Looks like it didn't pop in place. bit of, oh, now I felt it. Took a bit of convincing. Before we press it down fully, let's check, make sure it's on the right. Five, yeah, 3 minutes over. Yeah, 3 minutes. That's not going to be easy. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Yes, I haven't pressed it down hard enough. That's why I don't want to be pressing down too hard until you got it exactly where you want. Yeah, it is that. Let's double check. That sounds correct. Let's do 6. Take it off, I guess I have to take it off. Let's see if we can leave the overhead on. And just pull off the limit hand. Do that by not the steel tools, but this dial protector instead. I'm trying to slide it in between the hour and the minute hand, and I did. And now I can try prying it. So, come on. So the other option is 2x6, and by the way, I'm not trusting the indices here, the applied indices. What I'm going by are these lines down here or at 12 o'clock when I'm aligning the handset, because the indices I don't really trust. They could have been installed incorrectly. Hopefully the markings and the printed markings are correct. And this time, this is how we do it. scraping against each other, and now we'll check. Good. 9. Yep, that was very nice, like. Okay. Now we can press down fully. Set bayonet hand. Check frequently this way, you are not touching or damaging anything. I'm going parallel to the outer end. This is good. And now, in a second. Now we set the second side. That guy is the hardest to set. For that we change our tool. Second hand we hold the smallest hole. And you see the side, I'm using the back side. And we'll redraw the core again. The good thing here is it doesn't really matter where the second hand is. In terms of its alignment to any of the time or indices, you just have to set it correctly. Set it on a pin that is extremely small and difficult to see. So the second hand is on. Again, I will leave links to this handset. I like it also because, well, first of all, it's well made, nice chamfered edges with a very thin brushed sides. And then the second hand, as you can see, is kept and there's no protruding hole, and it has a much cleaner and more expensive look for the watch. Now we can slap this into the case. But first we need to remove that. Use this. Like a little holder. This is a very useful tool. So if you do any watch modding and you're working on, well, this comes for any movement. Actually, this one is for NH35, but you can get it for your Miyota or ETA or PTs. Take that out. gently place this here and move it over. Now we gotta be careful because our handset is on, and we have to be delicate not to damage it. There we go. Let's see. Put it on top. Okay, that didn't work. I need to raise the mechanism so it slides inside, like so. And now, moment of truth. You see that winding stem needs to go in through here, so we need to line up this section. Like so. I'm pushing on the spacer, actually, the NH35 spacer. Now I've aligned it. Now I need to look at the alignment of the bezel insert, and yeah, sounds correct. Okay, so now we start slowly, but on both sides, pushing this in. And again, I will be pushing on this gray spacer, the plastic one. And what's cool is that this case does not require any additional spacers that some other cases use to hold this mechanism in. It fits extremely snug, and does not require any additional, which allows the manufacturer to make a slimmer case. Keep it under 41 millimeters. This one is actually 40 millimeters specifically. Now when we screw down the case back, that case back will also press down and put that the spacer, NH35 spacer, in place. It will press it down, but I'll just go around, make sure it is down all the way. Then I will turn this case around and again once more check the alignment of the dial to the bezel and the fact that the dial is pressed all the way down to the rehole, because we do not have a chapter link here, we have a rehole. Okay. Looks right. Beautiful. Okay. Now we can reinstall the winding stem, check everything again, rotate and move in, yep, just like so. Look at our winding action, look at our date change, everything is working. So now we can test this out. And
this looks much better than if you rewind in the beginning of the video what it looked before. Very nice. Okay. Now we case this up. Here we can see first we'll reinstall and then we pull this out. So I'm going to apply some push to that. Grease helps not only water resistance, but when you come to screw down the case, it maintains the integrity of the rubber instead of just squishing in. The traction of the steel against rubber would damage it quicker than when you're using this silicone grease. So if you're modding watches, try to always keep your O-ring greased with silicone. And then because it has this silicone on it, it misbehaves when I'm trying to place it back in, as opposed to the dry thing. Dry one will just go in a bit easier. Sometimes it helps to just rotate like I just did. Okay, and we just pop in. Yeah, that did the trick. On its own end. What is it? Okay, there is a pin, and now this back up. There we go. Now we set the time. This is a fluoro rubber or FKM rubber band that I'm pre-bending. I'll be using this on SPDX or SPB143 build. So in order to keep this, I actually first tried to put it in hot water, just recently boiled water, and it did some, but then after that what I'm doing is this. I put it in like so in a box, squeeze that in so that I maintain this shape, close it down and put it in the drawer for whatever, you know, a week.
I'm very happy with how this came out. This looks very nice, very tooly, but high-end tooly, you know. A little UV blast. Have a look at. You see the contrast. On camera this is actually coming out as whitish, but it's green, and then you have blue indices, and the contrast in real life is nice. Now we will put the things back together basically. So we're using these stubby spring bars that Seiko uses on their dive watches, and I'm very happy about. It is such thick metal that it just gives you reassurance when you're wearing the watch that the watch will be staying on your wrist during some turbulence, you know. Today I just got this tool. Let's try using this tool. Just do the trick. That's one. That will be two. That's two. Very snug fit, as I said. Zero movement in the end links. Very nice job, Tokeilab. And this is our new watch. Look, beautiful, beautiful. Now, please like, as you know, important for the algorithm, and subscribe if you're interested in such things. Knives, watches, and electric vehicles, bicycles, motorcycles. Next build we will do is on this black case with an aventurine or sandstone dial. We will also be afterwards replacing the dial with a dial and a handset, actually, with original Proxima parts, and reviewing many other watches and so on and forth. So please like, subscribe, and have a good day. Well, I guess I have promised that on the wrist. I'm currently wearing this. Is my previous build of a GMT on an SPB 185 case, and built a GMT on it. And so let's now have a look at this wrist. Beautiful, beautiful. Very happy with how it came out. Cheers guys, have a good one.